Just wanted to wish everyone Happy New Year in a more casual format. JT at Precision Striking does a great job of making compelling content, whether he's shooting in his kitchen or on the rooftop of his apartment. So hope I'm learning something from you, buddy. In addition to providing quality content to help get more out of your kickboxing training, whether that's elevating your striking from a fitness aspect or just getting deeper into the technical aspects if you're a fighter or a more serious enthusiast, I do want to promote the idea that you should get into a gym and train with people that you're comfortable training with. And remember, you're the customer, so even if you're not sure what you do need to be comfortable that the people you're working with have your best interests in mind. You're not just another membership, you're not just a punching bag for their fighters. Make sure your instructor is giving you what you need out of your training, and don't be shy to ask. These aren't the old days where you're sweeping the gym in exchange for a lifelong discipleship. I have varying opinions on whether that's good or bad, but the reality is you're probably going to pay someone money to teach you martial arts. You're the customer. Please ask that they give you what you need and develop a mature working relationship with them. I feel sometimes teachers can get a little stuck up in this is the way, and it doesn't have to be that way anymore. We're not doing this for life or death in general. This is for a healthy lifestyle. There's no reason why you can't have an adult conversation about what you need out of your training, and your instructor can either adapt or say, tough shit, this is the way I do things. And you may have to suck it up a little bit or find something that's better suited to you. Either way, I hope I can help be supplemental to your journey. I also want to help support positive projects such as the No More Bullies or the Guardian Gym efforts. If you are engaged in something that is helping your community, whether that's the martial arts community or the wider community in general, please get in contact with me. I'm happy to help push it because I think this is important. Something that I do every day, whether that's running day, yoga day, rest day, or kickboxing day, is go through a set of movements deliberately and slowly 100 times and symmetrically. So let's say I'm just working on jab, that'd be 50 on the left, 50 on the right. But the key here is to do it deliberately. Some days I'll do it in front of a mirror, and that gives me visual feedback. That's really good for figuring out, okay, is my defense up? When I come back, does my shoulder still protect my chin? But some days I also like to do it not in front of a mirror. That allows me to focus more on the feedback I'm getting from my body. Are my muscles firing smoothly? Are my antagonistic muscles relaxing quickly so that when I do it fast, I'll get the speed that I want? This is the spring from which a lot of my creativity comes from, is thinking about how things work in a contained environment where I can really think about how my body's working. You can do this anytime, right? It's not a workout, so there's really no excuse for not getting these 100 reps in. So for example, yesterday I worked on jab hook. So I did 10 jab, palm in, 10 jab, palm down, 10 jab, long hook. And you notice on those 30, I brought it back to about 90 degrees, which is where I personally set my retraction for maximum follow-up power on a double punch. And then I did another 20 with a shorter retraction. So a short retraction, palm down, a short retraction, long hook, which is what I would try to hit if I'm really trying to get the glove on his face and hit that in a very fast rhythm. And then of course 50 on the right side. And this brings out a lot of information about how you do your technique. For example, since I did jab hook yesterday, today I wanted to work on hook jab. And so when I was doing hook jab, I noticed that when I bring my elbow down to fire the next jab, to get in between your opponent's hands, I found that I liked the vertical follow-up punch. I didn't need to get this in sparring. I just thought about the mechanics and how my body felt. To get my elbow down and pump out a second jab, that second twisting motion, one, feels a touch slow to me, and two, doesn't get through the line quite as quickly. So if I hit hook, elbow down to piston out that jab, I personally found that if I'm going to stand my ground, I like that. Whereas if I get offline, I actually like that turning the fist over because I feel that almost coordinates with the motion better. But if I'm just going to throw out very quick hook jab, I like the vertical fist just as much as the elbow turned over. But to program that into my body, I have to do it slow. So you notice if I just do it without thinking, I might still do it with the palm down. So I have to take some slow reps and think, okay, no, vertical fist. Vertical fist is getting me through his hands a little better and letting me get around his defense. Or I might find diagonal some kind of good compromise where I'm getting a little bit more extension because I'm turning the fist over, but I'm not wasting my time with a full second jab. Or if I'm really short range, vertical fist definitely feels better because there's no need for extra range. If my hook could hit him, a vertical jab definitely can hit him. So I could do this with my boxing technique. I do this thinking about the guntings from Kali. I can think about just working on my straight blast or some kind of Wing Chun technique. You do 100 reps, 50 each side, slowly. And so this is very important so that you learn how to use your body efficiently and it lets you think about how to use your striking. This also brings you some awareness about how you apply your technique because, for example, the classical gunting arm wrench, so if I parry outside gunting into arm wrench, so you see I'm pushing on either side of the elbow here. Actually, Midmaster Matt has a cool episode on this that I'll put a link to. This is very time consuming on a very fast shot. It's hard to get that, so he encourages just a more classical entry into the arm wrench, which you should check out. I think that's very valid. But if I'm going to do this against a more deliberate attack, I started thinking, okay, well, I want to do this, I can do this against certain attacks, but if I miss, what do? Right? I'm primed for a left-hand shot, so I learn how to throw left uppercut, or I learn how to throw left hook to the body because I feel like that's what is natural. So I do, let's say, 30 reps on my left side of this, and then I'll do maybe 10 reps of jumping ship, 10 reps of jumping ship, and moving to an alternate technique. So that's programming my mind on how to chain attacks together and react to different situations. This is Roy, Kick the Legend, wishing you a happy new year, and I hope I can continue providing great content. And remember, get your 100 reps in, no excuse. Keep your chin down, elevate your striking.